let's make this app more interesting. Instead of printing something on the console, let's display a standard alert box. So I'm going to delete console.log and use the alert function. So the alert function that we have in browsers also works here. So here we can display a message like button tapped. Save. Now take a look. On iOS, we get this standard iOS alert box, and on Android, we get a different kind of alert. Again, this is because the alert we display gets mapped to its native equivalent. Now, when we use the alert function, we get a box. The title of this box is alert, and here we have a single button called OK. If this doesn't work for you, you can always customize it. You can change the title, you can change the buttons here. Let me show you. So on the top, we import alert. This is not a component that has a visual representation. This is an API. So it's an object with a couple of methods. Let me show you. So I'm going to put this on a new line. Now, instead of alert, we're going to type alert dot. Look, here we have two methods. Alert for displaying a message and prompt for asking a question and getting an answer. So let's use the alert method. This method has a few parameters. The first one is the title of our alert box. Let's set it to my title. The second parameter is our message. I'm going to set this to my message. The third parameter is the array of buttons. So I'm going to pass an array here. In this array, we add an object. Now press Ctrl and space. You can see the properties of this object. So every button can have a text, it can have a style, and it also raises the onPress event. So let's set the text of the first button to yes. Now we add a second button and set its text to no. Save the changes. So this is what we have. Now, take a look. Now we have a custom alert, the title is changed, and we have two buttons here. Now, how do we know which button was clicked? That's very easy. We just have to handle the onPress event of these two buttons. So here we can say onPress. We can set this to a function. We can do a console.log of yes. And over here, we can set onPress to a different function. And here we can log a different message on the console. Take a look. Yes. Now, back in the terminal. Here's our message. Beautiful. Now, let's look at the prompt method. So I'm going to delete these few lines. Here we call alert.prompt. This method also takes a title. So here's the title of our box. We also give it a message. Now, the third parameter is a callback or buttons. So we can pass a callback function that takes a parameter of type string. This is the text that the user enters into the box. So we can get that and print it on the console. Pretty straightforward. So save the changes. Now let's try it on iOS. So here we have this input box where we can type something. So let's say hello world. Now if we press OK, our callback function will get called. So we get our message in the console. Now, one thing you need to know is that this API only works in iOS at the time of recording this video. So on Android, when I tap on this button, nothing happens. Hopefully this will change in the future.